Nowadays, Chase Elliott is known as a lot of things to NASCAR fans. The most popular driver, for instance. A winner, year in and year out, getting multiple wins a year, super consistent, and a champion. But what many quickly forget is that there was a time where he was none of these things, where Chase Elliott was still an unproven driver and was still making his way up through the veteran ranks. And I think the track that changed all of this for him at different points of his career was the Martinsville Speedway. But more on that right after this. Right now, inflation has us all thinking about how we can cut back and save money, whether it's driving less, dining out less, or even buying less at the grocery store. But now, thanks to Upside, you don't have to, as you'll get cash back on all of that and more. I've been using Upside for my groceries and to shop online, and it's helped me save enough to add to my diecast collection. And to add to all that, you can cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or even e-gift card for an Amazon or other brands. It's easy to use. Honestly, this is a real no-brainer for me. So, to get Upside now, download the free Upside app and use code Iceberg to get $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more. That's code Iceberg for $5 or more back on your first purchase of $10 or more. Now, back to the show. While the 2015 NASCAR season is one that's really remembered, many forget that one of the underlying storylines of it was the getting ready of Chase Elliott for the 24 car in 2016. And while he was doing great in the Xfinity Series, there was another step that needed to be taken before Hendrick and Jeff Gordon could feel ready for Elliott to be put in that car and be able to run immediately as well as a 24 is expected to run. And that was for Elliott to get some Cup experience in the 2015 season. And the first race that he was able to start was at the Martinsville Speedway. Starting in a number 25 car that was the 5th Hendrick Motorsports car, Elliott, for the most part, just wanted to stay on the track. His goal was stated going into the weekend of being to finish all 500 laps. He'd be happy just doing that. And with the first of 5 starts, this was definitely a welcome to the Cup Series kid kind of experience for Elliott. In qualifying, he honestly didn't do that bad, 27th, and from the start, he was being treated like a rookie. He was getting bumped, banged, and at the end of the day, he was getting a lot of damage from it. By the time that the Cup race had hit lap 100, Elliott was actually behind the wall because of front-end damage he had received in a bit of an accordion effect incident, which is pretty normal for Martinsville. He had to learn the hard way about it. While being over 70 laps down by the end of the day, Elliott kept at it. He limped home to a 38th place finish in what many would consider a baptism by fire. And it was really a true taste for him of how much harder the Cup Series was to run in than the Xfinity Series. It wasn't like there were only 10 competitive cars. This is a series that if you're off a little bit, you're running 30th. And it was something that I think that Elliott needed to learn, and it's something that really, I think, shaped his career moving forward. But this wasn't even the half of it for Elliott, as his career was about to take off. Starting the next year in 2016, Chase Elliott would run his rookie season in the number 24 car, taking over from Jeff Gordon. And while he immediately was consistent and he had a lot of success with it, he had not yet won a Cup race, which was a big challenge as the field at the time was very competitive. But 2017 was where it was shaping up really well. Now, up to the point of the Martinsville race that we're about to talk about, Chase Elliott had finished second 6 times before this race. At Michigan in 2016, Michigan again in 2016, Michigan again in 2017, Chicagoland in 2017, Dover in 2017, and the week after that at Charlotte in 2017. Chase Elliott, while not having the numbers to prove it, was a driver who was just primed and ready to be a multi-time winner a season. He just needed to get over that hump. And at Martinsville, he stayed in the fight all day. While there was a lot of people being shuffled back and forth, Elliott was a constant. And with a couple to go, he would be up front. Heading down the backstretch into 3 and 4, Chase Elliott was leading with Hamlin right behind him. But Hamlin headed into the corner right on his bumper, not intending to make the corner without knocking the blue 24 car out of the way, and that's exactly what he did. At this point, whether fairly or unfairly, Chase Elliott was seen as a young driver that would stay quiet and the veterans could just walk all over, and this incident proved it. There was no respect given here. Hamlin knew that he was going to knock him around. There's no way that you could see with the velocity they both went into that corner that Elliott would make it. And this was the moment that Elliott had to and did end that narrative by standing up for himself. A few weeks later, he exacted revenge on Hamlin. Now, after the 2017 season, Elliott became a winner, starting at Watkins Glen in 2018. And with it, in that same year, he became a championship contender. But in those 2 years of 2018 and 2019, he couldn't make it to the Final Four. By the 2020 playoffs, though, he'd already racked up 8 wins in less than 3 seasons. In the final round, he had finishes of 6th and 20th, meaning that heading to the paperclip, he was probably going to need to win, as he was 25 points out of the Final Four, virtually in a must-win with how the others in front of him had performed that season. But by stage 2, when he won that stage, it was clear that he might have been setting up a true 2-race championship run. After passing Martin Truex Jr. with 44 to go in the biggest win thus far of his career, it was all in hand and ready to go. He had qualified for the Final Four, he had made it over the hump, and, as they say, the rest was history. These 3 different instances were times that showed where Elliott had taken a jump up in development in extraordinary ways, making his first Cup start from Xfinity in 2015, standing up for himself as a young driver, someone that would show the veterans that he couldn't be walked all over in 2017, and then qualifying for the championship 4, and basically making that race the race that got him the championship win on top of the Phoenix race the next week, showed that he could get over the hump and be good in the clutch. Because of that, and for those reasons, I say that Martinsville Speedway made Chase Elliott the driver he is today. Now, with that, I want to pass it all on to you. Do you think that Martinsville is as important of a track for Chase Elliott as I do? And do you think he's going to win at Martinsville this weekend? Let me know down in the comments below. While you're at it, leave a like on this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel for more great NASCAR content. Thank you so much to all of my channel members for your continued support. And until next time, have a good one.